the x's. Okay, so domain is all the x's, and the range is the y's. Okay, there is a rule. What is the rule?
If there's if x, like when x has more than 1 0, just multiply it 1 0.
Yeah, so we're not allowed, no repeating. Okay, and then to tell if it's a function if the function is yes, if no x's repeat. Okay, so for these first ones, that's all the notes that you would need. Okay, so the domain for number 1, okay, is going to be -3, -2, and 0. We are not allowed to repeat that 0. Okay, you can write it up and down, it don't matter. Okay, the range is going to be 0, -4, 7, -2, and 5. Okay, is this a function?
No.
No. Okay, because the zeros repeat, it's not a function. So we're going to put no. Okay, the next one on here is also domain and range, and whether it's a function or not, it's just written out sideways. That's the only difference, okay? So these go like this: x comma y, or the domain comma range. X comma y, domain, and that's the range. Okay, so the domain is going to be -7, -3, -1, and 7. Okay, so it's all these first ones. Okay, for the range, it's going to be -2, -2, -5, -3, -6, and -1. So all of these ones.
Where'd you get that?
Who? Yeah. Yep. And then, is this a function?
No.
Why not?
Is it -1?
The negative one's repeated, okay, for the x's. So this is no, it's not a function. Yes, sir?
For the range, the first one is the negative.
Oh, shoot, my bad. Yeah, this is a positive too. Good luck. That sure wasn't gonna catch it. Okay, on this one, determine the domain and range and whether it's a function, okay? So, on this one, you're gonna go to the x line, okay? And anywhere that you look up or down is what is gonna be that value. So if we look, the domain, okay, we're gonna start going to the x's. Is there any on this line? No, so there's none on 7, there's none on 6. Okay, and you don't have to draw on it, but keep going over, okay, until you find one. And this one is at 1. I know. It's, good Lord. Thank you. Oh, she told me to tell you, you had like 2, I think. Well, you had 2 after the one that you did the other day. So that's probably your last one. Okay, where else is there another one? -2 has one. -4. And -7. -4 actually has 2. Okay, but we don't write down 2. Okay, and then we go through and do the y's, and the y's go sideways. Okay, so for the range, really we're looking this way, and the domain we're looking up and down. Okay, so for the range, we're going to do the same thing. You can look on the y's. There's nothing on 8. There's nothing on 7. There is one on 6. Where else is there one? 4.
3.
There's one on 3. There's one on 2. And there's one on -1. Okay, is this a function? Why not?
Because
Yeah, because on the domain, there was 2 negative 4, so this one is gonna be a no. This is not a function. Okay, 7, the slope of the line. The slope is gonna be our rise over our run, which is how much we go up or down versus left or right. Okay, and then the other part you would need is this, okay? This is a negative line, and this is what a positive line looks like. Okay. Again, take as many notes as you need. Okay, I know that I'm going fast, there's just a lot to do, okay? Okay, so we always count from the bottom dot up to the highest dot. So if we start counting from the bottom dot and we go up and over, how much do we go up?
4,
We go up 4, we go over how many?
1,
1. Okay, is this a negative or a positive line? It's a negative line, so we're gonna throw a negative on there.
Is this from the whole, all the math you're doing?
Yep, the whole year. I know. Hey, my camera's on. Okay, find the slope of the line. So this is the formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so make sure that you have that formula on your sheet. Okay, and then we go through and label those points. x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, what is my y2?
Negative 8.
-8 minus y1,
Negative 19.
-19 over my x2, -16 minus my x1, -12. Okay, you're gonna type that in your calculator. Okay, what'd you guys get? Huh? -11 over 4? What is that? What did we just find? The slope. Okay. Okay, these next two, and I'm gonna draw an arrow, okay, so for both of these, okay, they go in this form of y equals mx plus b. What does my m stand for? Thank you. The slope. Okay, this is my slope. What does my b stand for? The y-intercept.
I never heard someone sneeze and actually say a truth.
Okay, so what's gonna be my slope? My slope, or you could say m equals -1 over 3. What's my y-intercept or my b? 4. Yes, sir.
For number 12, one next to it, what will we put for n?
0. If there's nothing there, it's 0. Okay, this one's gonna look like y equals, what's my m? -1 over 3. X plus, what's my b? 1. Okay, this is my m, this is my b. Okay, 15, it says write the point slope form. So here is the formula, make sure you have it. It's y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Okay, the only parts that we plug in is gonna be this, this, and this. Okay, those are the only ones that get plugged in. The other x and y go in the formula. Okay, it should be in our answer. Okay, so I can already tell you my answer is gonna look like y minus something, okay? So we're gonna label this x1, y1. How do I label my slope? What letter does he get? M. Okay, so we're gonna say y minus, what's my y1? 4 equals, what's my m?
Negative 7 over 3.
-7/3. X minus, what's my x1?
Negative 3.
-3. Okay, what's a minus make?
Plus.
Plus, so remember we gotta connect those and turn it into a plus. So you can make a really just a big plus sign if you want to. That way you don't have to erase, okay?
So, after M, we just put 3. What do 3 come from?
Right here. It was x minus -3.
Oh, okay.
You good? Can I scroll? Okay, write the slope intercept form. This one unfortunately is gonna take some notes, okay? So, it goes like this, y equals mx plus b, okay? For this part, it's, you need to find this first. Okay, and really it's where it crosses, where it crosses the y line. Okay? Okay, for the M part, you count from the B. This is my slope, okay, and it's my rise over run, remember? Okay, but you need to count from the B. Okay, so where does this graph cross the Y line? -5, okay? So where the B is at, we're gonna fill it in with -5. Okay, and again, I know that the Y and the equals and the X is gonna be there. So now it's just a matter of finding this guy, okay? So from here, you need to find the next, and this is very important, closest point, okay? If you do a farther point, your slope is not gonna be right, okay? It's not gonna be reduced like it should be, okay? You need to find the next closest point. So from the B, from the dot that you made, you need to start tracing, okay? So like, I can't pick here. I don't know exactly what that is, okay? It's gotta perfectly cross at two things. So I want you to take a second and find that dot. Okay, where do you feel like the dot is? It is not. So 2/1 looks closed. However, the reason I know, look at me, the reason I know it's not 2/1, because then it would have to be 2/1, up 2/1, up 2/1, and you can slowly see that these are not crossing, correct? So it is not 2/1, although it does look really, really close, okay? It's gotta be exactly on there, okay? So it is not 2/1. It's gonna be here. Okay, so how much do you go up? How much do you go over? 9/5. Okay, now, if you do go over too far, okay, you can type in 9/5 on your calculator and you'll see that it's not going to reduce. Whereas if you would have did like 8/4, if you did up 8/4, when you type that on your calculator, it will reduce. Okay, so it's 9/5. Okay, 19 says sketch the graph of the line. So the x-intercept, this is on the x line. Okay, so there's really not much for me to say other than go to the x line and go to the 5. Same thing, go to the y line and go to the -5. So if we go to the x line, we're going to go to 1 and put a dot. On the y line, I'm going to go to -5 and put a dot. And then you're going to connect your 2 dots and draw your line. Okay, sketch the graph of each linear inequality, okay? So you do need some notes for this one as well, okay? Is that gonna be a solid or dotted line?
Solid.
It is a solid line. Okay, and this one is gonna be a dotted line. How would you explain the difference between dotted and solid?
Line on the bottom.
Yeah, so these ones have that line underneath, okay? So that's how we know if it's solid or dotted. Okay, and for the other part, is that shade above or below?
Above.
That one is shade above. This one is shade below.
What does it say under solid?
Line. Okay, so where do we start this graph at?
-3.
Yes, okay, so you're gonna plot this one first. Okay, so -4. From there, how much am I gonna go up? How much am I gonna go over? Up to over 3. Which way am I gonna go over 3? Do I need a positive or a negative line? I need a negative line, so which way am I gonna go over 3? To the left. 1, 2, over 3. Okay, is this gonna be a solid or a dotted line?
Solid.
Yeah, so we're gonna look and pick something from here. We just need to match up the symbol. Okay, so we pick something from here, and yes, it's gonna be a solid line. Okay, and then we're gonna look again. What does this match up with over here? Shade below? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna shade everything below this line. Can I scroll? Why are you writing so slow, Hal? Come
I
on.
can't see it.
Then scoot up. What are you talking about? Like, I don't.
Uh,
I'm saying there's 150 seats up here. Like, that makes no sense to me.
you just one of them.
Okay, 23. Again, we're gonna sketch the graph of this line. It goes in this form of y equals mx plus b. Okay, you plot this one first. Okay, so we're gonna go to the y line and find the -4 and put your dot. What is the slope? 1 over 1. Okay, I'm gonna go up 1 and over 1. Which way? To the right. Okay, for this next section, again, the bars mean a V shape. The parentheses with the little baby square, remember, means a U. Okay? And then you're gonna need this entire long formula. Okay, you're gonna need to write fast. Okay, it's gonna be negative a x minus h plus k. Okay, now, you may or may have the bars or the parentheses, okay? So, that has parentheses, yes? Okay, but the bars mean the same exact thing, okay? So, the k does what?
Goes up, down.
Yeah, so if it's a plus, it's gonna go up. If it's a minus, it's going down. Okay, what about the inside?
Left or right.
Yeah, what does a plus do?
Goes left.
It goes left. A minus goes to the right. Okay, the A is our slope. And then if there's a minus, if a minus means opens down. Okay, and if you know you write slow, then take a picture. Okay, so if we're looking at 25, is that a V or a U? It should be a V, okay? So we always read from the back up to the front, okay? So what does this plus 4 do? We're gonna go up 4, okay? And then we check the inside. So we're always gonna check these first two before we even make a dot, okay? Is there anything on the inside of the bars? No, so that just means we go up 4 and we're done. Okay, and then we start to look everything past this. So we look past this, okay? So does this graph open up or down?
Down.
How do we know it opens down?
Because there's a negative.
There's a negative out front, so our graph should open down. What is the slope? There's nothing there, so it's a 1, okay? So we're gonna go down 1 over 1 and put your dot, down 1 over 1, put your dot, okay? You need to keep doing that. You should have 5 dots on your paper. Okay, 27, is that a V or a U? It is definitely a U shape, okay? What does the 1 do? Down 1, so we're here. Okay, what does the plus 4 do? Left 4, okay? So that's my first dot. Okay, does this graph open up or down?
Up.
Up with a slope of 2. So we're gonna go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Okay, for the next point, okay, if the slope is anything bigger than a 1, that's when we have to plug it in. Okay, what number would we plug in?
Number of
No,
negative
negative.
2 or negative 6.
-2 or -6, either one, okay? So, and this one, and we just did these the other day, you're gonna have to plug in that number to find the other one, so it's gonna look like 2, parentheses, -2 or -6, plus 4 squared minus 1. What'd you guys get? 7. Okay, so from here, you're gonna go over 1 and then go up to 7. Same thing, you're gonna go over 1 and go up to 7. Okay, and there's no way that any of you guys should have forgot how to do those, because we literally just finished them, what, Friday?
So once next to it, since there's no slope for it, do we just go up 1 over 1 and then up 2 over 4? Or up 4 over 2?
4 over 2, yeah. Okay, 29. Are there parentheses there? No. So this is the one where you gotta do what? What's the formula? What's the formula? Somebody knows it. We just did it.
Right, was that slope 8?
Nope. We did it last week. We did standard form and then mixed forms, where we graphed them. It goes negative,
Oh, negative parentheses,
good?
then
B,
over 2A.
2A. Okay.
Oh.
I know you guys can get it mentally. It's just gonna- Okay, so we're gonna do negative B over 2A. So what is my B? Negative 8 over 2. What's my A? Negative 1. Okay, plug that in your calculator and see what you get.
-4.
Negative 4. Over negative 4. Okay, then what do we do from there?
Negative 5 and
Negative 5, negative
negative 6.
6.
Oh, shit.
Shoot.
Shoot.
And then what do we do from there?
We plug it in.
We're gonna plug it in. So we're gonna use this and we're gonna say negative parenthesis, negative 4 squared minus 8 times negative 4 minus 20. Okay, so type that big long thing in your calculator and see what you get. Huh?
Negative 4.
Negative 4? Somebody agree?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, then we go back through and we hit edit on our calculator and we change these both to a what?
Negative 5.
-5. Hmm?
It's negative 5.
-5?
And negative 8, yeah.
-8?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go to -4, and put our dot. And then I'm gonna go over to the 5 and down to the -5, over to the 6 and down to the 8. And then we're just gonna copy it all over.
So we need to go to constant.
I don't know, I'm looking. Depends how long some of them take tomorrow.
Are you doing more or is that?
I literally just said. We'll do 2 more. They're 2 fast ones anyways, but. Can I scroll?
Yes.
Okay, 31, solve each equation. I'm solving for n, so what is by n that needs to be moved?
The 5.
5, so we're gonna say +5, +5. What is 8 plus 5?
13.
13. 33, what needs done?
Divide by 16.
Divide by 16. Okay, negative 128 divided by 16.
Negative 8.
Negative 8.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 through 34 on your entire packet should be done today. Okay, 1 through 34. I don't care whether you work by yourself, if you want to move desks and work with a group. Okay, don't be stupid. Do the packet, okay? Although it looks like there's 60, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's actually 80 because 2 of the questions have like 10 questions on them, okay? So